Hey guys, welcome to another PvP video. So this was my regional tournament experience. So I went to the Sydney Regionals. I was the highest ranked going into the tournament. I was not the highest ranked going out. So I ended up with 3 wins, 2 losses. So these are the sort of the lessons that I learned from regionals. These are my battles, what I went in with, why I went in with them. So I went in with Medicham, Azumarill, Skarmory, Venusaur, Bastiodon, and Muck. Muck was my wildcard pick with Thunder Punch. All the simulations I ran, he never really used anything but Thunder Punch. I didn't get to do extensive practice, and I did actually switch in Muck on the day. I only switched him in I only powered him up like 16 hours before the tournament. Less, actually. So yeah, he was definitely a last minute, ooh, this could work, because he can beat Medicham, Azumarill, Skarmory, and Tropius. So yeah, Medicham was there with Azumarill because they're the kings of the cup, basically. Skarmory was a must. I originally had Altaria, but switched that out the day before too. Venusaur there is my Frenzy Plant king, and Bastiodon I never really intended to use, but he was there to round out the team, basically. So yeah, let's just get into these battles. So my first opponent was D2nis, correct me if whichever way it is. So he went in with Venusaur, Beedrill, Azumarill, Skarmory, Medicham, and Whiscash. So immediately I can see Azumarill and Whiscash are both weak to Venusaur, but I have a feeling he's not going to bring both. He's got the Beedrill for the Medicham, so I'm going to leave Medicham out this first game. We're going to bring in Muck because Muck can beat Medicham, Skarmory, and Azumarill, and they're the most likely leads. Other than Whiscash. Whiscash would be bad, but we'll see how we go. And then we'll bring in Venusaur for the Azumarill and the Whiscash, whichever one comes in, and Skarmory for the Medicham if he gets through, as well as Venusaur, Beedrill, and the Skarmory mirror match if need be. So yeah, let's get into the battle. Leading with Muck, he brings in Whiscash. This is an awful matchup. So we're just going to try and charge up a little bit of energy, switch out into Venusaur, just charge away. He switches into Azumarill. This is actually also a good matchup, so he mustn't have anything else good to take down Venusaur, I guess. So he uses a shield, and we'll try to get to another Frenzy Plant, and we do before he gets to a charge move. Send the Frenzy Plant away, and there goes the second shield. He gets up a charge move, have to shield it up to protect our Venusaur. Clearly we want Venusaur to stay in as long as we can, because we can beat up Azumarill and Whiscash. And he's got no more shields now. We almost got to that Frenzy Plant, but his charge move went off first. Shield the Ice Beam. So we're both down shields now. This Frenzy Plant will get rid of that Azumarill. And we know there's a Whiscash. The switch clock's just finished up, so we can switch out into Muck for this Medicham. We know Muck can beat Medicham, but unfortunately that is with equal shields. I'm not sure about the 0 vs 0, and he switches into Whiscash. Okay, so this is going to waste away our Muck. We've got this Thunder Punch off. We'll do a tiny amount of damage. Whiscash into the yellow at least, and Whiscash is switch locked, so we'll be able to bring in Venusaur, but this isn't looking great for us. Get off the Thunder Punch. So Whiscash is very low, but he's got energy stored up. So thinking about what to do here, we do bring in Venusaur. It's probably going to fall down with this Blizzard. So Skarmory comes in, hopes to finish off the Whiscash before he gets off a charge move, not looking likely. So here comes maybe a Blizzard, Mud Bomb, okay. So we just have to get through, and then we're up against Medicham. This is a good matchup for us. We've got the Sky Attack ready. He's got no shields. Medicham's super low now, just trying to finish off with quick moves, and down goes Medicham. So, good game. So winning that battle, he brought in Whiscash, Azumarill, and Medicham. So my trio kind of countered each of those individually. Muck could take on Azu and Medicham. Venusaur could take on Whiscash and Azumarill. And Skarmory could beat Medicham if need be. So I'm going to stick with the same 3. This time I'm going to start with Skarmory though, swap the flow. Start with Skarmory, keep Venusaur and Muck in the back. Thinking he's not going to keep Whiscash in, he'll expect a switch to Venusaur lead. So then I'll bring in Skarmory, expecting a mirror match, but even that's alright. I don't really like leading with Azumarill. But anyway, let's get into the battle. Leading with Skarmory, he brings in his Skarmory. Alright, so we'll just mirror match away. Looks like we got the first quick move off a little faster, but then we're synced now. So he gets the Sky Attack off first. So this isn't great for us, so we'll just let it come through, and then he'll presumably let our one go through. When you're in the mirror match, you really want to have the charge move priority, but that's alright. So just go away and switch out into our Muck just as he's getting off the Sky Attack. Let this come through. We've almost got the Sky Attack ready on our Skarmory. Get to this Thunder Punch, because we know this will do a nice little chunk. And he does shield. So just keep going on and switches into Medichams. This is actually also another good matchup for us, but he's gonna do a whole bit to us if we didn't shield that Power Up Punch. So get off our Thunder Punch, probably burn his second shield. Nope, let's go through. Okay, so that's a nice little chunk. Almost get to that Thunder Punch, but just not quite. So we'll bring in our Skarmory here with the Sky Attack ready, but he gets off his charge move first. Let it come through, Power Up Punch, and Sky Attack away. And down goes Medicham. He might bring in Skarmory back. Yep, so here's the Skarmory versus Skarmory again. He gets off his move, so we'll have to shield that up to protect our Skarmory, because we don't want to send in Venusaur against Skarmory, because that is an awful matchup. Really hoping we can finish off and get a Water type in the back against our Venusaur. He shields up, so we're both down shields now. He's going to be able to finish off our Skarmory. And down we go. So in comes Venusaur, hoping he doesn't have too much energy stored up, but he's got a Sky Attack ready. This is not good for us at all. Venusaur's almost gone. We tried to finish off with quick moves so we can keep the Frenzy Plant, it just didn't work out. So he totally beat us down with that Medicham and Skarmory. Didn't even get to see the third Mon he brought in. So we're going to switch out Muck because he didn't do a whole lot in that battle. Switch him out for a Azumarill, keeping Skarmory as the lead because, I mean, we predicted the Skarmory lead right. I don't think we'll go it again, but we will. So Skarmory, Venusaur, and Azumarill as our trio. And into the battle. Leading with Skarmory, he brings in Medicham. This is a good matchup for us. He's probably going to switch out straight away into his Skarmory. So we do want to get out of here, but we don't really have a great answer for Skarmory, which is very unfortunate. So if we let the Sky Attack come through, get off our Sky Attack, and just keep chipping away. Really wondering what to do if that switched into our Azumarill. I just really don't like the Azumarill versus Skarmory. I know that Azumarill is supposed to beat both Skarmory and Altaria, but it's just not the perfect counter. Ice Beam just kills the Altaria, not so much the Skarmory. So get off this Ice Beam. And shield. He's going to get off his charge move, so we're going to have to shield it up. Just because Azumarill's low, he can tank a lot, but if we want to keep him alive a bit longer. He's also got Azumarill. So we'd want to bring our Venusaur in here, but obviously we're switch locked. But also, so is he. So we'll just get off these play roughs, do as much damage as we can, hope that he burns his energy. Hydro Pump. Okay, so he's got a Hydro Pump Azumarill. That is good to know, I guess. Well, we didn't bring in Bastiodon, so that's alright. We can bring in our Venusaur now. We've got a shield in case he gets to his charge move, and he does, so we'll have to use that. So we can hit off our Frenzy Plant. And there's the Frenzy Plant. He still has a shield in the back though, so he might use it up. And he doesn't. He lets his Azumarill go down. So, he's probably going to charge up energy with this Skarmory, which isn't great. So we're just going to get off this Frenzy Plant, try and do as much damage as we can. Burns the shield. So he's got no shields left now, but he's got this Sky Attack, which will finish us off. So now we're just down to our Skarmory, which is against his Skarmory and a Medicham. So this is not looking great for us right now. Finish off the Skarmory, and it's just us versus Medicham. If we try to get at this Sky Attack before he gets anything off, he gets off a charge move. It could be Power Up Punch, and it is Power Up Punch. We can tank that, get to this Sky Attack, hope to finish him off. We're on 1 HP. But no! He survives and takes us down. So that really hurt. Just one more damage and we'd have had it. But anyway, moving on to the next battle. At this point, still hoping for 4 wins, 1 loss, get into that final sort of situation. Hope that no one wins 5-0. So next opponent was Duty1223. So he brought in Medicham, Lantern, Whiscash, Skarmory, Azumarill, and a Abomasnow. So Abomasnow is a little interesting. He's brought 3 water types, so I'm definitely going to bring Venusaur no matter what. I am kind of expecting a water lead, but at the same time, I feel like, maybe that's a bait. He'll only bring in 1 water type, it'll be in the back, and he'll clear whatever I've got to deal with it. So I decided to lead with Skarmory. Can deal with Medicham, can deal with the Skarmory if need be, and can deal with the Abomasnow. And then Venusaur for the 3 water types if they appear, and Azumarill was there to deal with the Skarmory and the Medicham. Was weak to Lantern though, which I was a little scared of, but anyway, we'll just see how things go and get into the battle. Leading with Skarmory, he brings in Azumarill. Okay, so this isn't a great matchup for us, but it isn't the worst either. So we'll just charge up a little bit of energy and then switch out into our Azumarill. We would bring in our Venusaur because that's a good matchup, obviously, but we don't want to scare him away. And he runs off into Lantern. Okay, so we've got Venusaur who can beat 2 of his Pokemon, but he's stuck in here with the Lantern. We're stuck in here with the Azumarill. This isn't a great matchup for us because the electric damage is going to do a whole lot to us. So we're going to shield that up because, yeah, it would just destroy our Azumarill. Get off another Play Rough. I'm not actually sure if Play Rough or Ice Beam is better, but I think Play Rough, so that's what I was going with. And we tried to get off that Ice Beam just because he was on so low health, but he got off his charge move first. So we'll shield that up just because we can finish off and keep a whole lot of health on our Azumarill. Get off the Ice Beam, and he lets it go down. Obviously, we wasted a little bit of energy there, which isn't great. Brings in Azumarill, Play Rough. Now we can switch into our Venusaur, try to tear through that Azumarill, but switches out. We really should have just let Azumarill go down, but wasn't thinking that well in the moment. So shields that Frenzy Plant, try to get to another one, but he gets to his charge move, probably Power Up Punch, yeah. So just keep sending Frenzy Plants, trying to get off as much damage as I can. Burn the shields. So now he's got no shields. We've got no shields, and I was actually expecting an Ice Punch there, but just powering up more for whatever I bring in next. Got off another Frenzy Plant. Sludge Bomb might have been better in this, but it almost finished him off, and down we both go simultaneously. So see what he brings in. Azumarill, so we've got our pick of Skarmory and Azumarill. Neither is the perfect matchup, so we're just going to bring in our Azumarill, try to get to a Play Rough before he can, but he gets off the charge move first. Play Rough, and down goes our Azumarill. So now I've just got Skarmory into that leading matchup again. So get off the Sky Attack. We're not in the worst position here. We could still pull this off. He's going to get to this Ice Beam. And there it is. Doesn't do as much damage as, I assume he would have liked. Get off this Sky Attack, and this should finish the game. So yeah, good game. So going into the next battle, he did bring in the double order, so we were wrong about that. Azumarill and Lantern. So that's alright. So going to bring in Muck, because Muck can again deal with Azumarill if he brings that in as the lead again. He can deal with Skarmory if he switches that in as the lead. He can deal with Medicham if he switches that in the lead. Little worry that he'll bring in Whiscash or Lantern, but he didn't in the first game, so we'll see how things go. And obviously we're packing Venusaur to deal with the Azumarill or Lantern if they show up, as well as the Whiscash, and Skarmory's there to pick up any mess. So yeah, let's get into it. Leading with Muck, he brings in Azumarill. So this is a good matchup for us. Just keep going away. He hasn't seen our Muck yet, so he doesn't know it has Thunder Punch. Switches out into Whiscash. Okay, so we have to get out of there straight away into our Venusaur. He's switch locked, so this is good for us. Gets a Mud Bomb. It will do a fair chunk of damage to Venusaur just because he's not the tankiest, but Venusaur can obviously tear through this Whiscash. That'll be another Mud Bomb, but we're going to shield it up because we want to protect our Venusaur because we know he's got some other water type that he could bring in, like Lantern. Send the Frenzy Plant, finish off Whiscash. We are switch locked here, so City brings in Skarmory, so this will do a whole lot to us. Get off this Frenzy Plant. He's going to be able to farm up a lot of energy on our Venusaur, which isn't great, so hoping we don't go down swiftly. Down we go. And we've got our pick of Muck and Skarmory. He has Azumarill and Skarmory left, so we did bring in our Muck, which was probably the wrong play. Would have been better for the Skarmory versus Skarmory and then leave Muck to take on Azumarill. But here he is, he switches into Azumarill, so this actually works perfect for us. Get off the Thunder Punch, tanks it, and this charge move will do a fair bit to us. We're going to use it up because we know Muck can beat both Azumarill and Skarmory if it gets in the right play. So send off this Thunder Punch. Down goes Azumarill, and he gets to bring in Skarmory now. And charge move straight away. So that Sky Attack will do a whole lot to us. Almost finishes off. And down we go. So now we've got the Skarmory versus Skarmory mirror match. We have the health advantage, but he's got the energy advantage. So we'll see how things go. Gets the Sky Attack. Doesn't do a whole lot, so just keep chipping away. He's also got a shield, which is not good for us at all. So he'll shield up this Sky Attack. There it is. And he'll get to another Sky Attack now. And so now it looks like his is better RVs than ours. So we'll try to get this Sky Attack off, see what happens. Get him into the red. Almost done. Can we finish off before he gets a charge move? No, we can't. So down we go. Oh. Yep, now down we go. Second clutch game already, and we're only in the second round. But that's alright. So we did bring in the double water again, Azumarill and Whiscash. So again, Venusaur is a must. We're actually going to lead with Skarmory this time. Kind of swap back to that first round. He's brought in Azumarill as a lead twice in a row. So I figure he's going to change this time around. And obviously we'll bring Venusaur and we'll bring Muck in to get the Azumarill Skarmory Medicham. And so yeah, into another battle. Leading with Skarmory, he brings in Medicham. Good matchup for us. So try and get off as much as we can. It looks like he's staying. Okay, just charge up a little bit of energy. Switches into Lantern. Bad matchup for us. So we switch into Venusaur. He can tear through the Lantern. We have to be wary if he's got another water type in the back like Azumarill. Just thinking about that in the future. So we shield up because the water types are rampant. Charge up just a little bit of excess energy. No real reason. Get the Frenzy Plant off. Shields up. Almost get to another Frenzy Plant. And he gets off his charge move first. So we're actually going to use both shields here on this Venusaur because we do think he's going to hold up well against his team. Send the Frenzy Plant, finishes off Lantern. We're switch locked, so we'll see what he brings in. A Bomber Snow, okay. Right, well let's get off this Sludge Bomb. This will do a fair chunk to a Bomber Snow. He might shield. That is a lot more than I was expecting, and he was not expecting it either. Because neither of us knew that it would do that much, otherwise he definitely would have shielded that Bomber Snow. He was expecting a Frenzy Plant actually. So Medicham finishes, not quite. He's itched a Muck. Hope to get at that Thunder Punch, but he's got the charge move ready. Power Up Punch. We've got this Thunder Punch. He'll shield up. Use that shield that would have been really good to use on that Sludge Bomb. So we've both got no shields here. He might be able to finish us off here. Not quite too sure. Ice Punch. Yeah, so down we go. We tried to get the Thunder Punch off, but not quite. Sending our Skarmory with the Sky Attack ready. And this will hopefully finish it off. So yeah, that's another good game. So we were able to pull that win off. And in the third round, nothing could have happened, but I was put up against one of the two other people from Newcastle, Lizard Forever. If you've seen any of my other videos, you'd know he's well around. He's actually the top ranked guy in my community. I'm the top ranked globally from our community, but he's the top ranked in the community. So he's at the ready. He brought in Medicham, Bastiodon, Azumarill, Venusaur, Skarmory, and Whiscash. So immediately I'm thinking that I'll have to bring in Venusaur for the Azumarill and Whiscash. Now, he didn't have Muck on any of his spreadsheets. He was not ready for it, didn't know what moves it had, didn't know anything about it. So that was my wild card. I know he could beat Medicham, he could beat Azumarill, Skarmory. He can't beat Venusaur, Whiscash, or Bastiodon. So it was basically 50-50 whatever matchup he got. And so I was definitely going to bring Muck in for that surprise factor. So Muck is my lead, and I'll bring in Venusaur for the water types, and I'll bring in Skarmory to deal with the Venusaur, to deal with the Skarmory if really need be, and to deal with the Medicham. So yeah, let's get into the battle. Leading with Muck, he brings in Skarmory. So this is a good matchup for us, and he doesn't know what Muck's got, so try to get this Thunder Punch going. Thunder Punch. Send it through, and that's the moment where he's like, Muck has Thunder Punch. So we shield this up. We can't prank him again with the Thunder Punch. He switches out just before we get off another Thunder Punch onto Medicham, but it's actually also good against Medicham. Not super effective, but Muck can beat Medicham with equal shields. Not going to be able to beat him here because we are already down a lot of health. So Power Up Punch, we shield that up so we can get to this second Thunder Punch. Shields up. So we've both got no shields now. He's charged up a little bit of energy. Get this Power Up Punch. Finish off our Muck. No, not quite, but... So we'll bring in our Skarmory now to do a whole lot to this Medicham. Just go away. Try to get a Sky Attack. He gets off a charge move first. Power Up Punch. So he's just charging up that Medicham real hard now. And we were thinking about using the Sky Attack just because we didn't want him to power up even more. We're really low health now, but we've got charge move ready. Want to see what he brings in. Azumarill, so we'll get off the Sky Attack. If it was like a Bastiodon, then we'd want to use Flash Cannon, which is why we're waiting. Switch to Venusaur now, just because Skarmory's so low. And this is not going to be good for us. Ice Beam will do a whole lot to that Venusaur, get this Frenzy Plant off, so this will finish off Azumarill. And down to his last, which is Skarmory, going to be able to finish off her Venusaur. Tried to get to Frenzy Plant first. Skarmory versus Skarmory. Hope this Sky Attack finishes him off, but it will not. So really low health, clutch, and he's going to finish us off with that Sky Attack. So good game. So he was able to overcome us there, but that muck was a mighty fine surprise. Obviously the surprise factor is worn off now, but we're actually going to go with the exact same trio. We did lose that first one, but thinking that we can definitely play better if we did it same thing again. He'll probably also switch up his lead from Skarmory. Not that Muck vs Skarmory is a bad matchup. It's a good matchup. Muck can beat Skarmory. Muck could actually beat his whole team, so that's really why we're keeping Muck in the lead spot. Thinking that he's not going to bring in Bastiodon either. Whiscash might show up, but yeah, we'll just see. So we'll get into the battle. Leading with Muck again, he brings in Azumarill. Not going to fall for the Thunder Punch this time, but this is a good matchup for us. So we'll just try, and he switches out into Medicham. So again, this is a matchup we can win with equal shields if we both start at the same health. Not sure how it's going to go with this. So he shields up. So we're going to actually let this come through the first Power Up Punch and shield the next ones because they would do more damage because they're powered up. Get off our Thunder Punch. Does a nice little chunk. He gets off another Power Up Punch, so we shield up this one. And get to our next Thunder Punch, hopefully before he gets off his second Power Up Punch, but he gets to his Power Up Punch first. So we shield that one. And then get to do our Thunder Punch. And he actually lets it go through. So he's got a shield up on us, but we get the advantage of seeing that he's brought in his Skarmory. So we're obviously not going to bring in Venusaur, we're going to bring in our Skarmory. And just mirror match away. He's got the energy advantage, but we get this Sky Attack off. He might be charging some excess energy, knowing that he's not in too much danger in the mirror match. It's just charging up. He gets off the charge move, Sky Attack. We've got no shield, so there's not much we could do. He's still got a shield in the bank. Sky Attack. And he lets it go through. So, yeah, he's charged up a lot of energy here, so he'll get this Flash Cannon off and finish us off. And we bring in Venusaur, which puts Skarmory down. So Azumarill, the fact that he's got a shield is not good. So we've got this Frenzy Plant getting it off, but he'll shield that up. His Ice Beam is going to do a whole lot to us, so this is really dangerous here. Ice Beam, we're on super low health. Try and get to that Frenzy Plant as quick as we can. Frenzy Plant, Frenzy Plant, Frenzy Plant, and there it is, Frenzy Plant. Hope this finishes off Azumarill. And down goes Azumarill. So super close game. So yeah, clutch finish there. Now I'm going to go a total swap and go Venusaur in the front this time. I'm thinking that now that he's known, I've brought in Muck twice in a row. He knows Muck can do some damage against a lot of stuff. He's going to try and counter Muck directly. And the way to do that would bring in Whiscash as the lead. So I think he's going to bring in a Whiscash lead, which would also help if I switch to a Skarmory. So I'm going to go Venusaur lead and then have Muck and Skarmory in the back. Same thing, and yeah, let's get into the battle. Leading with Venusaur, he brings in Whiscash. This is a really good matchup for us. So we'll just try and just chip away, basically, get these Vine Whips off. It looks like he's staying in at this point, maybe charging up energy, maybe charging up for the Blizzard. We'll get off the Frenzy Plant and his shields. He switches out with energy, so we have to remember that. He brings in Skarmory, so we'll switch it into our Muck, who can beat Skarmory with these Thunder Punches. We want to keep our Venusaur in the back for the Whiscash, and he might have a Azumarill, we never know. He does like his Medicham though, so he might have that. Get off this Thunder Punch. And we burn the second shield. So he's got no shields, we've got 2 shields. So we've almost got to this Thunder Punch, and we get it off. If we didn't, then we'd probably have to burn a shield. He is charging up the energy though. So we'll see how this goes. Bring in our Skarmory for the mirror match. And it looks like he's charging up a little bit more energy. So he gets it off. Sky Attack, and we shielded that up. So we've still got 1 shield to go. We'll be able to finish off this mirror match easily. Sky Attack, which is good. And finishes off Skarmory. So now it's just got Whiscash and whatever he's got in the back. And Azumarill. Okay, so Venusaur is going to kill this. We're thinking about switching just so we couldn't build up the energy, but we're actually just going to get as much damage off as we can with this Skarmory, because we definitely don't want to bring, we'd rather Skarmory to be up against the Azumarill as opposed to the Whiscash. So we did burn the Ice Beam, so that's good because we kind of don't want him to stock up on too much energy, and he's using another charge move, so this is really good for us. Really glad he did that, because yeah, we don't want him to, we accidentally hit the Sludge Bomb. We tried to hit the Frenzy Plant, but sometimes that happens. Really hoping this didn't throw the whole game. He gets a charge move off. We still got a shield. Blizzard. So he's probably got no more energy left, and we finish off with quick moves. So good game. So again, for the sake of YouTube uploading, I've split this into 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. So these were the first 3, and then the next video will have my next 2 opponents. So please subscribe so that you'll know as soon as that comes out. Should be tomorrow. Worst case, 2 days from now. But yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one, and I'll see you in the next video.